Hey everybody, I'm back here at the Collecticon Orlando 2022 with Kingu, the creator of Akora TCG. It was a little loud in the conference, so we decided to come out, have a quick little chat with you guys. Kingu, thank you for giving me some time, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We got the other co-creator in there is Exion. He's busy doing a whole bunch of signings and other things like that. So I'm glad we got to take the time and get to do this, man.
I've got to say that your booth, I've been trying to get to you all day, and it's been packed, it's been loaded. And I see now why your partner has to hold things down, because it is just, it's awesome for you guys. There's a lot of hype, a lot of energy, which I think is a great thing.
Yeah.
For people who haven't discovered your game yet, right? There's a lot of people out there exploring TCGs. What are some things you want to share about Akora that make Akora different, that would possibly entice them to come explore your game and see if it's right for them?
Absolutely. So for collectors, I'll start with that. Collectors love the artwork. Our artwork is absolutely phenomenal. We love our artists. We love to take time to really perfect our cards and to make sure that we're pumping out great quality artwork. I think we've hit a really big nostalgic feel with a whole bunch of older collectors back in the day, newer collectors and their kids, and they just love the look of it.
So your border with the neon,
yes,
dude, that thing pops. I don't know that I've ever seen another game like that. You could tell me better if there is one, but I think that's unique to you.
We wanted to be a little different in that way. So we do have the different attributes, which are like nature, electric, fire, water, and those are going to have different colored neon borders, which I think allow it to kind of pop and to just do its own thing and really grab you.
You know what? I never knew that.
Yeah.
So are you saying the color of the border
Correct.
means something?
It does. And so even when our Kickstarter, we have what are called our alchemy cards, which is basically your deck building, what you're going to put into your deck to help strengthen your Akora, to help give it new effects and things like that. Your Akora is like your partner. It's like your main monster that you're going to use when you play this, and that's the second thing. It's an actually fully functional game that you can play with great mechanics. It's fast-paced. We're alchemy based, and we're heavily inspired by anime. So a lot of anime fans, a lot of comic book fans, a lot of manga fans, they love this because it kind of brings that to life through TCG. Absolutely. And so our game is functional, it's fast-paced. You could probably play 3 games within about an hour's time.
Okay.
So very, very cool, very action-packed, and it's not hard to follow. We know people who've never played a TCG and people who have played TCGs. Either way, it does not take them but a few minutes to be able to pick up the game, learn the cards, and to be able to play.
So what is the story or the theme behind it? I mean, I know you said anime, but it seems deeper than that.
It is. So sadly, because Exion is from the UK, and this is our first time meeting each other in person, we talk to each other all the time. He actually had the original writings. It was called The Stone of Akora. Back in the day when he was in high school, he had this written out and he was getting it revised by his teachers and stuff like that, and the story is absolutely incredible, which we've come out with our own comic to kind of engulf everybody into actually what Akora is and why the cards mean things and the characters within. So it's super deep, and the lore is very vast, and it's been basically a project in the making from him. And then when I got in touch with him and we just kind of explored ideas, I'm a writer by heart, and so we just explored that avenue and just let it flourish. And it's kind of done it on its own, which we love to be organic with everything that we do, and we feel like we haven't rushed, pushed, or done anything forceful to allow this game and allow this story to become what it is.
What is your next product in the pipeline? Like, what is the first thing that people will be able to see and touch? Because other than the promo card, I believe I got in a comic today.
Okay, yes.
I don't know that I've seen a lot of physical product. Is it out there right now?
It is out there. We finished our Kickstarter a few months back, and then now everybody has now received all of their product. They're all of their Kickstarter product, right? But there's only about 2,600 boxes that were
it's those early supporters.
And then before that Kickstarter drop, we actually released really cool versions of our Akora and full Japanese versions. So there was a Japanese packs that came out that had I think 6 different Akora that came out with it. And there was a chase card, which is our mascot, which is called the Sleeping Dragon. We made him Rose for different reasons. Everybody can go and explore on our website the reasons that we did that, but the Rose Sleeping Dragon was like 1 in 100 packs. So that was a good chase card, and just kind of elevate our characters. We're heavily inspired as well with Japanese, so a lot of our full arts have the name in English, and also down the side it has it.
I see on your logo.
Yes.
Is this company logo, the game logo?
This means Akora cards. Literally.
Akora. Here, let me get a
Akora cards. Yep, absolutely.
Nice.
And Akora cards are what you use to play the Akora TCG.
Sure.
Absolutely. And so we love our look. Our battle mats have the same neon border around it, so you can match your attribute with your battle mat, and it just both of them together. If you have a divine versus a dark or a fire versus a water, it looks so nice, and it's very Hey, appreciate that. It's very, very just intriguing to look at, and I think that's what's really cool.
Yeah, no, well, that is the first thing that caught me.
Yes.
Was the look, the art, and more than the art, the layout of the card.
Yes.
Right, with the borders, and it just pops. And then I started looking a little deeper, but of course, in this TCG renaissance that we're in,
Absolutely.
I used to say 30 to 40 TCGs. I think we're well beyond that.
Yes, we are.
I've lost count. So now I think the trick is not just having a good game, but how does a game stick out amongst the others? Right? You could have an amazing game that nobody finds.
Yes.
And that's where I think you have a nice hook, because at least it worked on me. I enjoyed the art, I enjoyed the card layout,
Yeah.
and that makes me want to dive in a little deeper.
That's what I think is our hope and our plan for everybody. Hey, get you hooked on the look, get you hooked on the actual cards, and then it's like, hey, let me dive deeper and find out what this really is.
Sure.
That's when you actually get to know our lore and our actual like comic, and our comic is stunning. It looks absolutely brilliant, and I think everyone that sees it is like, oh my god, this is like professional level quality artwork. And it's like not just in our cards, it's everything we do. We are cards first, but now we know that we have to kind of engulf everybody into the story, and what better way to do that than give them the story through a comic, which we are absolutely thrilled to introduce here at the con.
Is this the first ever version of that comic?
So yes, because the Kickstarter version of the comic was because we were trying to get these for the con. They're the same except for the Kickstarter K, and they're the exact same comic. It just has not been shipped out to everybody quite yet. So this is now the first time people have been able to see it physically in hand.
So this is first in hand. Kickstarter is the same. It'll have a K on it.
Correct.
Is there a print run limitation to each?
Yeah, so the Kickstarter one was about the same number, the exact same number as the backers. So
okay.
Correct, and it goes with their Kickstarter.
Not even like a 10% more?
No.
So you're not keeping any, I mean, unless you have your own backer profile.
If we did, they would be sent out to like CGC and other things like that, so then people can go and get those comics graded. We don't ever try to print and produce more out of Kickstarter than what the backers had done. We had a couple extra from cancellations and other things like that that we're allowing to use for advertising and marketing. We're not trying to sell any of that outside Kickstarter, because that wouldn't be fair to our pledgers.
That makes sense.
Yes, and that's why we also wanted to give a con version of this without the Kickstarter K. So if you did miss the Kickstarter, which I've had so many people say, you still get a chance to get the comic in hand. You get a little promo with it, and they kind of just introduces you to it right then and there. You're like, oh my gosh, I actually have it in hand.
So what's the print run on the Comic-Con version?
1,000 is what we brought.
Dude, that's super low anyway.
Super low.
Actually, the Kickstarter, you had more backers than that, didn't you?
No, we had more booster boxes than that, but the actual Kickstarter back, I think we had 400 and something Kickstarter
Okay,
backers.
so Kickstarter is a little more rare.
I think it was like 480.
Actually, a lot more rare.
It is a lot more rare, and that's why we wanted to give this con run a little bit higher of a print run.
Sure.
We also wanted to make the Kickstarter stay special.
Well, the Kickstarter, I think, being it's under 500.
Correct.
So it's more than twice as rare, but 1,000 is still a really low number for anybody who makes it out to the Collecticon, who makes it to your booth. Right. It's still something special, and no, I dig it, man.
Absolutely, I really appreciate that, because we put our heart and souls and passion into this, and I mean, I'm a writer, and Exion was a high-level TCG player back in the day, so he knows a lot about the mechanics and a lot about how to play these TCGs. Not saying I didn't either, but he's a real craftsman with that, and I'm a collector. I've been collecting anything under the sun that you can think of. A lot of it was TCG back when I was super young, kept with it, and of course I collect figurines and other things, so I know what collectors want. And especially with trading card collectors, there's certain things that they really are after.
You're your own customer.
Correct.
Right?
But I also know that I can't just do things that I think are going to be good. I also want to do things that I know that the audience is going to like as well. Because there's certain things that I may not agree with, but that I know the vast majority will, and we want to give that to them.
I like that you said that. I've got some videos out there for the people who've been on the channel for a while. I've talked about how game creators have to understand that just because, and I'm a creator too, right? I just don't create a game, I create content. But all of us creators of anything have to understand we cannot decide what is customer value.
Correct.
Only the customer can tell us what is customer value.
For those of people who cannot or have not been able to find Kickstarter product or have been backers, don't worry. We have our first edition launching very soon. If you're not a part of our Discord or Instagram or Facebook, please be a part of it. Go look us up, because we make announcements all the time, and that is right around the corner.
What's your core platform that you would like people to go to if
Discord
they
or Instagram?
Discord and Instagram.
Correct.
Okay.
And I have a QR code, of course, I'll give to you, so you can give to everybody watching that.
Awesome.
So that they can go ahead and follow and just kind of dive deep into what everybody else is talking about. And so again, if you love cards, if you love anime, if you love comics, if you love trading card, actual like physically playing, this is right up your alley.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to share some of the B-roll with the fans so
Yeah.
that they can see what your stuff looks like. Guys, if that looks interesting to you, give Akora a try. Go out there, check it out, and see if it speaks to you and see if it's something you're going to be interested in.
Absolutely.
Dude, thank you for the time,
Thank you
man.
so
I really
much.
appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pleasure, and I had a lot of fun. We always love talking about Akora, so anytime you want to do it again, just let me know.
Dude, absolutely.
100%.
All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.
Later, guys.
Peace.